Good day, I am Laika Shane J. Valencia, and my report will be the continuation of date rape reported by Ms. Margel Tomas. My report includes Chapter 7 to 14 in the book I Never Called It Rape, the Miss Report on Recognizing, Fighting, and Surviving Date, and Acquaintance Rape. These chapters tackles about the context of group rapes, also called gang rapes, the responses of the authorities about this, and also on knowing how to help rape survivors. Gang rape is the act that serves as a way for men to prove their masculinity and status within the group. As opposed to individual acquaintance rapes, the victim is often chosen due to vulnerability, naivety, and previous sexual contact with a group member. The humiliation of the victim continues after the rape as group members brag about their achievement and the woman feels betrayed by men she may have to continue seeing in her everyday life. The amount of aggression and degradation increases as each man takes his turn, and characteristics such as insult, forced fellatio, and urination on the victim are more likely to occur in gang rapes than individual rapes. The victim's condition may make it difficult for her to understand or voice consent on resistance, let alone physically fight or escape from a group of stronger people. Defense witnesses outnumber the complainant victim in gang rape cases, making it difficult for the woman's word to be believed in court. Groups that express hostility and aggression towards women in other aspects of their culture are more likely to engage in gang acquaintance rape as a way to reassert their basic beliefs. So, in the story of Elaine, the dynamics of gang rapes are evident. Elaine was set up for the multiple attack by two men she knew who were friends of her former boyfriend. They had this six-pack and they walked Elaine to a cemetery near the location, where one of them raped her while the other held her down and kissed her. Later, the other man also raped her. The men may have participated in gang rapes before or may have been motivated to do as a way to prove their masculinity and status within their group. Elaine's former boyfriend's anger towards her for refusing to tell him about their child may have also played a role in the setup. The humiliation of the victim continues after the rape, as Elaine found out later that her former boyfriend was angry about his child being raised by another woman and that one of the men had told Elaine how angry he was about it during the rape. The men may have also bragged about their achievement to others who knew Elaine, causing her further humiliation and betrayal. The story highlights how gang acquaintance rape is often tacitly condoned by society, as some may view it as a way for boys to sow their wild oats before settling down into adulthood. The study conducted by Susan S. Aguiton found that the majority of teenage victims of acquaintance rape knew their attackers, with 56% being raped by a date, 30% by a friend, and 11% by a boyfriend. This highlights the fact that acquaintance rape is not just a problem in college environments, but also affects high school and even junior high girls. The study also found that 78% of the victims did not report to the incident to their parents, with most failing to do so because they knew the attacker or had no visible injuries. This shows that the myths surrounding acquaintance rape, such as believing it only happens to strangers or that it only happens to women with visible injuries, continue to keep such rapes a hidden phenomenon among teenagers. Only 6% of the victims reported the assault to police in the study, indicating a need for increased awareness and reporting of acquaintance rape among teenagers. Overall, many teenage victims are unable or unwilling to report their assaults due to a variety of factors, including fear of blame, peer loyalty, value conflicts, desire of independence, psychological distance, geographic distance, fear of social ostracization, and fear of legal consequences. This is similar to adult victims who also may not report the assaults for these reasons. This chapter explores the challenges and limitations of addressing acquaintance rape cases in criminal courts, highlighting the need for alternative legal avenues. While civil lawsuits and university judicial board hearings are not perfect solutions, they offer victims an opportunity to seek justice and hold perpetrators accountable. Civil lawsuits can provide financial compensation to victims, deterrence against future incidents, and serve as a warning to others who may consider similar actions. University Judicial Board hearings can also have an impact on accused male students, making them more aware of the seriousness of their actions and the potential consequences. However, these alternatives are not without their own limitations and challenges. Civil lawsuits can be expensive and time consuming, and university boards may be hesitant to take action due to concerns about public perception and stigma associated with rape accusations. Nevertheless, as more organizations start to offer education programs in response to student protests, it is clear that addressing acquaintance rape is becoming a priority. Ultimately, while there is no guarantee that these alternatives will prevent future incidents, they offer a glimmer of hope for victims seeking justice and for society as a whole working towards a better response to this complex issue. The chapter provides guidelines for women to reduce their risk of being victimized by acquaintance rape. It emphasizes the importance of setting sexual limits, being assertive, staying sober, finding out about a new date, remaining in control, trusting one's feelings, and taking care of oneself. Some actions that women can take when confronted by acquaintance rape includes staying calm, appraising the situation, trying to get away, yelling for help, and attacking forcefully when necessary. It advises women to not give in at an acquaintance rapist as giving in is not consent, and it emphasizes the consenting to sex is a mutual decision reached without any hint of force or coercion. Women should not blame themselves for being raped and should not feel ashamed for giving in to an acquaintance rapist, as it is often the only smart thing to do in a life-threatening situation, because woman's only responsibility as a victim is to herself and should stay alive. This chapter highlights the importance of men taking responsibility for preventing acquaintance rape, as it affects them too deeply and reduces them to hooligan behavior. The author suggests 11 guidelines for men to change their beliefs and behaviors, such as respecting women's limits, not pressuring them, staying sober, not buying into the myth that drunk women deserve to be raped, and communicating with women and other men about sexual assault. Men are encouraged to speak out against hostile and abusive behavior towards women and support acquaintance rapes awareness programs. Men's programs that work include workshops for men delivered by men, peer education programs for male students, and community organizations like Men's Stopping Rape. However, it is acknowledged that men's participation in these programs is still low, and more needs to be done to reach men at a younger age. Several actions that schools, colleges, and universities can take to address acquaintance rape includes implementing programs during freshman orientation, presenting workshops led by trained students, sexual assault counselors, providing mandatory rape awareness lectures, establishing clearly worded codes prohibiting rape, setting up counseling centers on campus, releasing data on all rapes to the public, and pursuing disciplinary action against offenders even if the victim fails to file a formal complaint. Lawmakers can also propose legislation requiring colleges and universities to educate students about rape, enforce sexual assault policies, and punish offenders. It emphasizes the importance of combining the voices of parents, educators, and lawmakers to make it clear that sex and violence do not belong together. That sexual assault will not be condoned, and acquaintance rape victims will receive help from their community, and that their attackers will be punished. By taking these actions and sending a strong message, acquaintance rape can end. The chapter provides guidelines for friends, family members, and partners of acquaintance rape survivors on how to help them recover from the traumatic experience. It emphasizes the importance of believing the survivor, listening to her story, providing comfort and protection, reinforcing that the rape was not her fault, encouraging her to seek medical attention and psychological and legal help, helping her organize her thoughts and make decisions about how to proceed, learning about rape trauma syndrome, getting help for oneself to discuss feelings about the attack and its aftermath, providing a warm and secure environment, avoiding questions that seem to blame the survivor for her actions, preserving evidences, and being able for the survivor when she needs support, and also calling a rape crisis center for guidance and support. These are some guidelines that a person can do when acquaintance rape happens. First, believe in yourself and understand that what happened to you was wrong, regardless of your relationship with the perpetrator. Second, tell someone you trust about the rape and call a rape crisis hotline or women's center for support. Get medical help, including a check for pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases, and consider being examined for rape evidence. Decide whether to report the rape to police or other authorities, considering the potential negatives and positives of doing so. Take time to recover, find a secure place to stay, and take several days off from work or school. Get counseling from a trained counselor to help process your emotions and recover from the trauma. Consider joining a group counseling session with other rape survivors. Learn more about acquaintance rape through resources like this book and other materials. Strengthen yourself through avoidance, strategies, and self defense or assertiveness training courses. Talk with other women about acquaintance rape to spread awareness and provide support to survivors. Because let's always remember that women should not be blamed or shamed for what happened to them, and they should be empowered to make informed decisions about their own safety and healing. Because healing from rape is a unique and individual journey, but there is a hope of recovery. Thank you.